Hello everyone, and welcome to the final project of mine, I guess. Anyways, so my concept for this project was turning a photo into a painting. So basically, the goal of this photo was to I took a picture of this mountain um, along this ridgeline, and I really wanted to capture that morning glow that's happening right in that peak of the mountain. So I really wanted to present and enhance kind of those colors that's going on, that nice fresh morning light, and then also just like be able to make it look very like vivid to kind of how I remember. So I remember thinking, going online, so like, all right, I want to illustrate that item, but kind of have it so it's like it looks like kind of like a big aperture going on, where um that's like the main item that's in focus, while everything else is kind of blurred out. Because when I took the photo, I remember being really entranced by that particular like little ridge and peak and that little bit of lighting. So what I did is I took a photo, and I took the photo that I had originally, and I initially was like, all right, this photo is missing something. And what is missing is the subject, to really bring the eye into the photo. So I photoshopped a guy that I took for my midterm. So there's the guy, and I photoshopped him onto that peak, just as a subject to really like lead something to the eye of the photo. The next, what I did is I sprayed with a large airbrush, the soft airbrush, have very low intensity, and the goal was to just simplify the colors of that photo. So I really wanted simplified colors, so like the blues and the pinks to be very blue, very pink, and then the shadows be very obvious, and kind of go from there and just have the colors become simplified, reduce detail in the photo somewhat, but also at the same time just make it more like vibrant to the eye, I guess. So then after that, I scrambled on, and I wanted to bring detail back. And so what I decided I wanted to do is I wanted to do the paintbrush stroke with oil paints, kind of like what we were doing in sketching. So what I was sought out to plan to do was I wanted to be able to cover all this in the strokes of these lines and all, and just kind of on this ridge line and just really present that like the mountain. But I was having a hard time doing that, figuring out the texture. So I'm really proud of is my work inside here, where I did a lot more detail work in here, where the colors, I'm just really proud of the colors and how they turned out. So spent a lot of time in here. But yeah, um, out here I'm not as proud of. So this is probably something I want to continue working on to be able to really get to the final form. But this is like a very good portion, about 90% there. Yeah. So in the sky, all I wanted was a blue and pink skyline. I didn't want any clouds, anything like that really. Just to very simplify it. And then the mountain range over here, this haze range that's back here, I just turned to pink blobs a little bit, and just kind of wanted that just to be kind of like abstract looking just a little bit, where you're just like just really just going off that pink lines. And yeah, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to illustrate ability to use paint and color matching it. So it's focusing on using the RGB color codes, and trying to like figure out what is the one color that's very prominent in this section. So, and like the color prominent in here, for example, one that yellow, so that I can use that yellow in other parts of this painting, and not just have it in just one particular location, and just kind of simplify the color arrangement, but also like blending it in so that it kind of gives the idea that there's many different variables of colors. And then yeah, I cut myself on, and this is on a separate layer, this little guy. And yeah, it's I I'm pretty proud of it. Mostly I'm really proud of the image, and this was a really wonderful time painting it and so forth.